Well, good evening, everybody. I just had to make a subway run for the family, so I decided to do a brief night test drive of the BMW. This video was mainly to show you guys how the automatic high beams work, because I just figured them out myself not too long ago. And so, let's make sure this is not gonna, yep, that's not a good idea. Okay, here, we'll just make it all the map. So it does have split screen, and these are all of your options for split screen, but we will just turn that off for now. The iDrive video is coming, I promise. Alright, so right now it's just automatic headlights, and the headlights are on. So if you want to use the fog lights, that's going to be this button over here, and you can see them illuminate, but you can't use fog lights and brights. And so I will turn on the automatic high beams in a second. It got hot in here. Alright, and you see our park distance control and rear view or around view monitors. The LEDs in the mirror are really, really bright too. Oh, and there's the start-stop technology. And now that we're turning onto this little road to get home here, the automatic high beams is going to be half of what the normal BC button is going to be. And so what you can do normally is just have them on like your brights, but what I will do is I'm just gonna press the, no, that was the BC button, silly me. Alright, it's the automatic high beam button, and it'll illuminate green with the high beam logo and then an A, and then what it'll do is whenever your brights are activated, the blue bright symbol is gonna be right above that. And you can see that the high beams have initiated, and they're gonna turn off just now when the car comes by. And then you'll see them turn right back on. There they go. It's a really, really cool feature. I'm surprised I haven't played with it until now. I guess it's because we haven't driven it at night, really. Everything illuminates in the classic BMW orange color. There is a setting in the iDrive for the ambient lighting to turn it from, they call classic orange and luxury white. And you can change it to either not all the lighting in the vehicle, but you can change like the light that shines down from here and the light underneath the doors and in the footwells to white. I just prefer the orange because it matches all the other controls a lot better. And what it'll do is, you just saw it turn off there when there's no car coming. Street lights trigger it, reflectors like people have on their mailboxes and driveways trigger it because it senses light coming back at you. So if you're in the city, then the automatic high beam feature won't really work too well for you. And it does sense from the side as well because it just turned them off. So here we'll do a half throttle acceleration to 40. Well, that didn't take as long as I would have thought. Even though it does have the upgraded 18-inch wheels, the suspension is extremely soft, but it's very, I mean, I guess the word that everybody uses is balanced. It is very balanced, but it's also tight when you want it to be, I guess. And also going back to the automatic high beams sense the red lights behind you too, so it doesn't shine the brights into the lovely people that are going so slow in front of you. The only problem with these roads is once you get stuck behind somebody going slow, there's nothing you can really do about it. And so we're piddling along at a lovely 32 miles an hour. How exhilarating. Anywho, the reason I'm making this video, not only for the automatic high beams, is also because this week I'm also going to do one video every day from Sunday to Sunday as my kickoff, I guess, of making videos on my channel. I know I've made a few here and there, but I am going to try to start doing uploads twice a week. I haven't figured out the days yet, but right now I'm thinking maybe either Saturday or Sunday, and then maybe Wednesday or Thursday for an upload. And then, I know I'm only doing videos about the BMW right now, but I've got walkarounds at the dealership, and I'll make videos of our other 3 cars as well. It's just I was offered to take the BMW to get dinner tonight, and who wouldn't turn down the opportunity to drive a BMW to go get dinner? Especially since I don't get to drive it every day. I thought it'd be an opportunity that I'd like to take. And I rewatched my video I made yesterday, and the screen looks like it's flickering like crazy, and I don't understand why, because I've watched other driving videos, and the navigation screens have not flickered very much, so I think it just might be because it's such a high-res display, they maybe use a lot of LEDs. I'm not too sure, but you guys know it doesn't flicker in real life, so I think it's okay. Oh, funny story. Our temporary license plate, actually we got it extended because the dealership did not, I guess they didn't submit our application for a license plate or something, I don't know, but they're gonna say it's taking another 30 days. So we got another paper plate to put on the car that we went to go pick up today, and so we're gonna have a paper plate on our car for another month, which I think, I mean, I don't really mind it. I know that it's more of a magnet for attention, I guess, but as soon as we get the new plate, we'll put it on. And it wouldn't have been that big of a deal either, since this is not our primary car that we drive every day. And so we could have just, you know, set it in the garage, or if we had to, driven it the short distance that we need to. This Subaru Impreza needs to get its butt going. This is terrible. I mean, I don't want to tailgate them, but they're going so slow that I'm just like coasting into them. I guess in some more news, I washed the car for the first time Saturday, and it is difficult to clean. Black metallic with, I'm gonna do something highly illegal, please excuse me. Much better. Alright, so you saw that it didn't turn off the automatic high beams right there when that Suburban was pulling out, because I guess I was either going by too fast or it didn't sense the light coming straight through. I'm not exactly sure, but when you saw the flashing fire station light, that turned it off, and then these lights right here at the park, that's going to trigger it to turn off as well. But, so, in a BMW, if you pull the stock back, that just is flashing the brights, or not flash, but if you, however long you hold it back is how long the high beams are going to stay on, and if you push it forward, the high beams are going to stay on. And so if you bring it back while the brights are on, it deactivates the automatic high beams. If you push it while the automatic high beams are on, that also deactivates the automatic high beams. But if the automatic high beams sense that there's light and it turns off the brights and you pull the stock back, it will not defeat the automatic high beams. So that's a neat feature, I guess. And then I don't know if you can see it on the screen very well, but I'll show you the three driving, the driver assistance plus is going to give you, pardon me, the driver assistance plus is going to give you 3 extra buttons down here where the storage cubby is going to go. And so the first one is going to be the active blind spot detection. The next one is going to be the intelligent safety with the frontal collision warning. And the final one is going to be the lane departure warning system. The lane departure warning system I really like, because it just ever so gently vibrates the steering wheel as you're drifting towards the white or the yellow line. And then, but most of the features aren't, okay, that was stupid, but you can pull it back and it'll go back to automatic. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I remember. So the driver assistance plus features are only available at above 35 and 40 miles an hour, depending on which one you choose. Which makes sense, because you don't really need it doing like 20 miles an hour. Another silly thing, I guess, about the BMW is it gives you your, I would like to say that I know what this temperature is for, but honestly, I have no idea. It's like oil or water. It's a temperature gauge. I know that. And so, I don't really want to do the math, but in between 160 and 250 is where it is when it warms up, but the gauge goes all the way up to 340, and so even when it's all the way warmed up, it looks like it's still cold, which I think is a very silly ergonomical feature, I guess, that BMW decided to do. They should have made it to where the middle of the gauge is warmed up, but there's got to be some methodical way of doing things that they thought of that I just don't know. And pulling up in the neighborhood here, this is going to conclude the night test drive and demonstration of the automatic high beams in our new 2014 BMW 328i. If you have any more questions or concerns, I guess, leave them in the comments below, and look forward for one video each day this whole week.